Whenever you look at Sabo as a character, I'd say you get a lot of mixed reviews, right? At least throughout the One Piece community. Sabo, he's either really loved, like people have him in their top five. Then there's also some people that really hate this guy and they call him an ace knockoff. And then there's the people who don't love him and don't hate him and they're like in between. And I'd say that's me. But recently, Sabo has gotten a lot of hype in the story. He's been called the Flame Emperor recently. So we're going to talk about Sabo today. And I think a reason why Sabo, he's such like a mixed review character within the community is because of the lack of screen time that he has. I mean, compared to the other brothers, he has the least amount of time. So today we're going to talk about Sabo, what I like, what I hate, his for his writing, his importance to the story, endgame, etc. If you guys enjoy regular anime content, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on the video. And with that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into it. Sabo, he is the second brother. He is just as old as Ace would have been, or he was as old as Ace was when they were younger. He is currently 22, so if Ace was alive, Sabo would be 22. Now, out of the brothers, I would say that Sabo is probably the smartest. I mean, he was a noble who he had to study a lot, had to be cultured about the world, and he also studied with the revolutionaries. He was somebody who was able to navigate on his own, etc. So you would say that he had more education than Luffy and Ace combined. When you look at all the brothers, all of them are very rash and impulsive, but I think Sabo is the most calculated out of all of them. I call him the most calculated hothead because yes, even though he's rash, he's not like Ace or Luffy because I think that they are way more impulsive than he is. Now, that's not to say Sabo's not emotional or he doesn't do things based off of emotion, because look at the reverie we saw whenever Kuma was being mistreated by the Celestial Dragon. Sabo, he got upset, and we later found out, I think it's in chapter 1054 or 55, that Sabo, he attacked the Celestial Dragons he calls Mayhem, where Fujitora and Ryokugyu, they had to step in, and it was a battle from the revolutionaries versus the admirals in order to save Kuma, and they were able to do so. But I'd say Sabo, that he strategizes the best out of the three of them. In terms of like thinking, Sabo, he'll think a little bit before he leaves, and I think he said this to Koala, that he at least thinks a little bit before he does some of his actions. And when you look at the other two, you have Ace, who his ideals is not to run away for a fight, not to turn his back on a fight, which in the end you saw what happened at Marineford going against Kainu. Even though he could not win, Ace ended up dying. We saw in the flashback against Blue Gem it worked out, but eventually it's not going to work out because there will be some opponents stronger than you. And then there was Luffy at Sabaody when, you know, some stuff works out for him whenever he does stuff off of impulse. Sometimes it doesn't. At Sabaody when he punched Charlos, in the moment, you know, everybody was happy. You know, Kami was safe, but afterwards an Admiral came, Kuma came, and they end up getting separated. So I think Sabo is the best strategist, or the least impulsive out of the three. Now, when we look at strength, Sabo is definitely really strong. I mean, even prior than him having the Marimari no Mi, Sabo was strong. He is the number 2 of the revolutionary, meaning that he's only second to Dragon in terms of strength. And Dragon being the most high-end criminal, we haven't really seen much from him from this series, and you know, eventually we will, but a lot of people speculate Dragon, he's either the strongest, he's top 3, top 5, top 10, he's somewhere around that range. He's either on the level of an Admiral or a Yonko. It just depends on how you view him, but me, I think he's definitely top 5, especially him being the most wanted criminal in the world. So seeing that Dragon, you know, he's this strong, based off of Sabo's feats that he has in this series, it only means, and Sabo, he's already on the level of, I guess, first or even low top tier, maybe even mid top tier. So the fact that he's done this, it just shows you what Dragon can do and just how good Sabo is for the age of 22. Now this right here is more of a personal belief, but since all of them experienced the age of 17, I think that Sabo was the strongest at the age of 17. I think it goes Sabo, I think it goes then Ace, and then Luffy, because we saw what Sabo did in the flashback. He single-handedly was taking on bases. Sabo, he used Haki back then, where we speculate because of what we saw at the Coliseum that Sabo has advanced armament, because it had like a lot of smoke, a lot of internal destruction, and for him just to use normal Haki, that might even be more impressive than using advanced if he was able to make like that arena crumble like that. But it's been a rumor in the community that Sabo, we speculate he has advanced. He went against Kuma, against Hack, against Ivankov, training against them at a very young age. And he got the Mera no Mi now, which Logias, they're already some of the most broken in the series, and Sabo wasn't even experienced. He was able to easily low diff Jesus Burgess, who is technically he's the first Titanic captain, but we all know that it goes Blackbeard, then Shiryu in terms of strength, and then Burgess. But still, that was very impressive. He also fought with Fujitora in Dressrosa and in the Reverie at Mary Joie. He fought them to a standstill, and he also fought against Ryokugyu at the same time. And he's only going to get stronger the more he learns how to utilize his stuff. Like I said, he just got it, so he's going to be able to master it, and it'll eventually get an awakening, which we speculate will probably be blue flames, similar to Sanji. How Sanji has red flames, or red, orange, / yellow, I don't know, it's a lot of colors in there, and then he ends up having blue after Wano, and so we know that blue flames burn hotter, so that's why we speculate that's what Sabo's awakening will be. Now, Sabo does get a lot of hate in this regard. A lot of people call him Ace 2.0 because Ace looked after Luffy, and then Marine happened because Ace was looking after Luffy and protecting him with the whole Blackbeard situation, and then Ace died saving Luffy. And so when you look at Sabo in the story, he finally comes back, he's protecting Luffy. Him and Ace, they have the same line talking about Luffy being a handful of a younger brother, so take care of him to his friends. They both have the Mera no Mi, and then now Sabo's missing, where we could have a potential Marineford 2.0. Now personally, I don't think we're going to do that. Yes, Oda does redo arcs, similar arcs. Look at Dressrosa, look at Alabasta, but still I don't think that Marineford 2.0, at least with Sabo at the center, is going to happen. I think in terms of final matchups, I think that both Sabo and Luffy need to get their get back against Akainu, and him being like imprisoned and chained and all that, to me, I just don't think it's going to happen. Flame Emperor Sabo is considered or respected as like a god or a savior for people, causing many people to start and want to rebel because of the mayhem he caused at the Reverie. Now, I've already mentioned this a couple times, but he did end up fighting with Fujitora, with Ryokugyu. He also ended up kidnapping Vivi, and Cobra is now missing. Well, Cobra's presumed dead, that Sabo was the one to kill him. And Sabo's that dude, right? He did all of this, the Vivi and Cobra stuff, that I think that's government propaganda, that they're hiding something. But in terms of everything else, Sabo went crazy. And his bounty, I think it was like 602 million. His bounty is now probably going to be at least a minimum 2 billion. It might even be higher than what Luffy's is. But I really want to know that what Sabo's play, the whole world government's after him, CP0, admirals, the Celestial Dragons want him dead. So what is he going to do now that he's on the run? And how important is he going to be for the end game of the series? In the recent chapter 1056, there was also a man marked by flames that was mentioned by Kid. Could potentially be Sabo because of the Mera no Mi. Robin and Law, they had like question marks over their heads, so they might know who it is or have some idea. And Luffy, he talked about it. He might be curious, Luffy curious about, hey, is that my brother, question mark. This is reaching, but a lot of people are speculating, but it could also be Aokiji, because he was scarred by scarred by Akainu, and he has knowledge of the world. And it also could be scarred from Gabon because he was somebody that traveled. Roger knows the secret about a One Piece, but still Sabo being mentioned here, he's not out of the picture. Yeah, I think he's also a likely candidate. So what makes him different from Luffy and Ace? I think Sabo really understands his role in the One Piece verse, compared to Luffy and Ace, Sabo became a revolutionary, and after he regained his memories, he remained with the revolutionary army because he knows how. I mean, granted, all of them do, but Sabo especially knows how sickening that the world nobles are, especially because of how, he was raised, how he was treated, and the fact that he was shot down by one just trying to leave the island on a day like that they were arriving. They got mad and they attempted to kill Sabo. And even seeing like the Great Terminal and how all of the people in there were getting burned alive and all of that, and Sabo, he was helpless doing things. So Sabo wants to change something, and he wants to be a revolutionary in order to free people from this injustice. Whereas Sabo, he can still be free like a pirate, but now he has much more of a positive influence, because yes, as a pirate you still can have influence on world change stuff, etc. I mean, look at Luffy. But I just think that as a revolutionary, more people are going to accept it than pirates, because there's a lot more bad than good pirates. And I just think that Sabo being a revolutionary is more in his personality. I want to circle back to the whole Sabo's Ace 2.0, because I don't think that's true. They're all brothers. They would all try to protect each other. If Sabo was at Marineford, if Ace was at, when Ace was at Marineford, Luffy would have saved both of them equally. And we also see in the flashback that Sabo, it's always on his mind that he constantly wishes that he was there for Ace, but of course he wasn't because he forgot his memory. And like I said, I think all three of them would do the same. Sabo, he inherited Ace's will by eating the fruit as a memento to him, and Luffy wanted that fruit as well. If Luffy didn't have the gum gum fruit, he's 100% eating that fruit. And so I just think all of them are there for each other. All of them care for each other, and in any situation, they would have all done the same thing that Sabo has done. Overall, Sabo's a good character. Whether you like him, whether you hate him, you have to respect his role in the series, his strength, etc. But let me know how you guys feel about him in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from it. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.